Now, as we all know, Apex Legends Season 12 has been out for just over a week now. Obviously, we've been concentrating on the new Control mode as well as the Battle Royale mode, but I feel like Arenas isn't getting that much love this season. But if you play Apex mainly for Arenas, then today I have the Apex Legends Season 12 Legend Arena tier list. Now, if you don't know what a tier list is, we start off at C tier and work our way up to S tier. And the reason we start off at C tier is because I believe that no legend is bad. Every single legend is good if they're played correctly. So yeah, we're going to go over the worst and the best legends to play to help you guys in the brand new season. Hey, how's it going? I hope you're having a fantastic day and welcome back to the channel. As I said, we're going over the best legends to play in Apex Arena Season 12. But just before we get into today's video, guys, make sure you head down below and hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys so much for 1.2k subs. Your support recently has been crazy and it means the absolute world to me. So starting off at C tier will be Caustic, Mirage and Rampart. Rampart has had a pretty big hit this season, and that's because of the introduction of Mad Maggie. Her cover, if you're against a Mad Maggie, is basically just not usable. Maggie's tactical absolutely rips through this and just destroys anyone behind the cover. It may not kill them, but it certainly pushes them away from it. This is huge for Rampart, as obviously her barriers are quite a big thing. So when a big thing such as Rampart barriers can be countered very easily and very effectively, it just hurts the character very much. Caustic also got a big hit this season, and that's that his gas canisters can be destroyed after they have been activated. Obviously, this nerf isn't as big as everyone expected it to be. It still takes like a full mag to destroy his actual gas canisters. But either way, this is still a big hit and quite a big nerf to him. And especially in arenas where you want to try to lock off areas and just overall trying to protect you and your teammates from every single angle that you can be pushed from. No matter what, his canisters can be destroyed, and they weren't that huge in arenas anyway. I feel like if you're gonna push a squad, you can happily push through caustic gas without the fear of instantly dying. And now, with being able to destroy the canisters, you can kind of just push through anyway. Mirage is also in C tier, but he's actually pretty decent in arenas, I'd say. His ultimate is a lot more effective than it is in a game mode such as BR. The ability that he's able to bamboozle a whole team in such a small area is actually quite a big thing. To me, Mirage is actually a decent legend for Arena, and he's not the worst player to be picking up. Now moving on to B tier, we have Revenant, Ash, Horizon, Loba, Fuse and Bangalore. Loba's ultimate is all based around looting, which I aren't doing much of during an Arenas game. Her bracelet is okay at best, but the one thing for me in the Arenas mode is helping you and your team at the exact same time. You want to be coordinating, you want to be pushing at the same time, you want to be actual together and communicating very well. And for me, Loba just isn't the legend for this. The same goes for Revenant. Yeah, his ultimate is alright, but when you're in arenas where the map is pretty small, and obviously there's no fear of a third party, he's just not as good as he is in a Battle Royale mode. Now, Ash, for me, is alright, but the thing that puts her down in B tier is her ultimate. The ultimate is a one-way portal, and if you kind of predict the portal wrong, then you just set your team up for death. If you put the ultimate in a bad position, then you've already started to set up for failure. Ash can be very good if played correctly, but Ash in terms of her kit is just alright. Her tactical is alright too, but it is pretty hard to actually get it down to pitch perfect. It takes a lot of time to actually learn where you need to aim and how you can actually trap the enemy effectively. So for me, Ash is down in B tier. Bangalore is an all well balanced legend, but because she's very balanced, she's in pretty much the balanced tier list. She's in B tier because, you know, she's not underpowered, she's not overpowered, she's just right. I feel like she could have some more buffs to her, which won't make her OP, but would just make her a little bit more viable than she is right now. Now, the only thing I like to do with Bangalore is actually use her smokes on the enemy. I find this very effective in arenas, but her ultimate just, I don't think it cut it for me. It doesn't really cut it for me in the Battle Royale mode, and arenas it's just not as good either. But her passive is very nice, having that double speed when getting shot at. But yeah, Bangalore is an all-round balanced legend, and she's alright. Moving up to A tier now, we have Mad Maggie, we have Watson, Wraith, Valkyrie, Crypto, and Seer. For me, Seer is very good in this season of arenas. His ultimate actually covers a very wide area, and this helps a hell of a lot. Being able to see where everyone is, and even with his tactical, being able to see the health of enemies is actually huge in arenas. It's even better to know so you can coordinate with your team, know when to push, etc. And along with Say, we have Crypto, and Crypto is much better this season than he has ever been. For me, Crypto's at his peak in both game modes, Battle Royale and Arenas. A Crypto can now throw his drone and get surveillance from the air, as well as being in the fight. Valkyrie is class in Arenas from getting to height in a very short amount of time. Her tactical I think is pretty decent as well. The only thing that puts her down is her ultimate. It's not that much use in an Arenas game, apart from going up and getting quick scan, but if you have someone like a Crypto, you've got to be getting that anyway, as well as all three of you being in the fight. Now Wraith for me is just a better Ashe. Her ultimate is a two-way system. It's not a death trap. If you place it wrong, you're able to go back through and kind of just defend the portal from that side. And her tactical is much more useful in Arenas than I would say than Ashe's. It just allows her to get away and also see enemies through the void. Is quite a nice thing to have. Watson, as I went over in my Legends Battle Royale tier list, she is the best legend in the game for locking down an area, whether that's a building or just like a hill or something like that. She is now the best because of the Corset nerf, and with the introduction of Mad Maggie, Rampart has also been hurt a hell of a lot too. Now if you want a legend that's got to lock down a building, lock down a selected area of the map, and keep hold and keep all the frags out with her ultimate, and also have constant shield regen until it all used up, that is, then Watson is the person to play for you. She's very good for her team in Battle Royale as well as Arenas, and she's just an alright very good legend this season. Mad Maggie is obviously the new introduction to Arenas and the Apex games, and she's come through very, very strong. Some people class her as an S tier legend, but for me, I'm going to keep it down as A, as her gear is very, very good, but I would not say it's overpowered. The way she can just pierce through cover. The good thing for me is that it won't kill the person who you're hitting with the drill. It will just simply move them out, whether that's moving out into the open. She's just a very good legend of kind of splitting the team up, as well as inflicting damage to get the initial pick or the initial damage to allow your team to push. Mad Maggie is a very, very strong legend this season. She's also a pretty big counter to Gibby, and we'll get onto him very, very soon. Coming up to S tier now, and these are the best legends to be playing in Arenas in Apex Season 12. And we have Pathfinder, Bloodhound, Octane, Lifeline, and finally Gibby. Now, Pathfinder, he's always been a very, very good legend, no matter what mode it is, and he kind of excels this season in Arenas. In the same kind of way that he excels in Control, he can get from point A to point B very, very quickly. As well as that, he can get his team from point A to point B very, very quickly. His tactical is very, very good for himself. His zipline is very, very good for his team. He can work as a solo legend, work as a team legend, and he's just all well-rounded decent. Now, Bloodhound for me is at the top of the list because of his tactical. Now, his tactical is basically just a better Say. His tactical covers a wide range of area like Say's ultimate does. It also tracks the legend where they're going, which Say ult does too. But the thing that makes him better than Say is that this is Bloodhound's tactical. He gets it so much quicker than Say gets his ultimate, and that's why he is placed above Say. Tactical is basically a Say ultimate, but comes much more frequently. His ultimate is outstanding as well to be able to track and trace where the legends have been or where they're going. He's a very good legend to play if you're good at communicating with the team. Now, Octane for me, if you saw this video on screen now, he is the best movement legend in the game, and that's because he allows him and his team to pull off movement tech. Now, by movement tech, I basically just mean tap strafing. His pad can get his team from one place to another very, very quickly, but also allows his team to pull off movement tech, and that's what puts him at the top of the list for me. He's a solo legend and he's a team legend, and he's pretty much good in every single scenario. Lifeline is S tier, but the only thing that isn't making her the top of S tier is her ultimate. Her ultimate is okay, but it's not that much use in an Arenas game. But the thing that's absolutely amazing with Lifeline is it can get the golden backpack, able to res your teammates with her drone, and they come back with more health and more shield. This makes her an amazing legend to be playing. As her drone at reviving, her drone is absolutely amazing for actually healing the team overall. She can flip the game in just by using her tactical. If you're more of a defensive legend and someone who wants to help the team as well as yourself, Lifeline is the legend for you. Finally, we're on Gibby, and Gibby is just an amazing legend, and he will, in my eyes, always be. He has the Fortify where he takes less damage. His ultimate is pretty decent in Arenas. He basically pull a whole team down from height and split their team up entirely. He can flip the course of the game like Lifeline can. And the only thing I want to say is that yes, Maggie can counter his dome, this doesn't really affect him, and that's because it's not a direct nerf to him, it's a counter, which means that his dome is still as good as it ever was, but it just makes it a little less viable than it used to be. Gibby is great for helping out his team, helping himself too. Overall, he's an absolutely fantastic legend to be picking up in Apex Legends arenas, especially in Season 12. If you are running him, the only thing you gotta look out for is if the enemies are running a Maggie. Even if they are, you don't have to worry too much, just be wary that you may get burned. That's going to call it today's video, guys. If you found this video helpful and or entertaining in any way, shape or form, then make sure to go down below and hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe just to be entered into my next subscriber shoutout. Thank you guys so much for support recently. Your support means that you're absolute world to me. Once again, it's been my pleasure, and until next time, keep dominating, legends.